Hi, I'm Matthew. Welcome to my channel today. What in the world? It's Friday. I got, I don't know, 3-4 days worth of growth there. Got on one of my most comfortable favorite shirts that's really raggedy because it's super old and thin. It makes for a great shave shirt. All right, today is Friday. I need a shave, and there is going to be a release of this soap either today or tomorrow. I'll have a link in the description box below. Thank you to Douglas and Fran for sending this to me. It is Viloma thumbnail. And if you go Google this name, you will find that it is like a breathing technique. You can look that up on your own. To me, I thought maybe it had to do with this character in the background, and it kind of does. I will touch a little bit more of that here in a little bit. But the scent on this particular soap, it opens up with kind of a citrusy scent with a light floralness to it. And then, 15-20 minutes or so later, it'll start to dry down with a mildly sweet or slightly sweet scent. And then it moves into a woody scent. And it is kind of nice to see a transition in a soap like that, or a scent. And I will read off the scent notes to you. It is lemon, violet, spice, myrrh, oud, vanilla, amber, woody. And you can see how all that kind of works in. Now, what you smell might be different than what I smell. I have allergies and my eyes are all crazy from yesterday. But anyway, I've got the soap loaded up here, or whipped up in my Captain's Choice copper bowl. And on last week's video, I didn't get to say because I was doing a voiceover. If you didn't see that video, just go back in the history and look. But this is an exotic white, I think it was lambda wood from Africa. I really thought the pattern in that wood was going to be a little bit different. And to my surprise, like every time you turn some wood, you never know what you're going to get until you get in there. And the wood grain will appear how it sees fit. Because you can't stick your head in there and look. I was going to reference Tommy Boy, but I won't say anything about that. Okay. Going to be using my Blackland Blackbird, the brass one. I have a Gillette 7 o'clock yellow blade loaded up in there. And like I said, my eyes are crazy today. Allergies. Did some mowing, not good. All right, going to warm up the razor here in a bowl full of warm water and get going with pass number 1 with the grain. The heft of this razor feels really nice in the hand. The blade pairs very well with this particular razor for me. And it has no problems mowing down my stubble. And that's what we all look for. And so this soap is part of a 3-part saga. But then when I think about it, it's like, well, is it a 4-part? Because there's a new name in the game. And one of the things that's really interesting, if you follow any of the PAA stuff, there's always these little stories behind it. And I think Douglas puts a lot of work into creating characters and storylines and things. And if you're into that, it makes it even more interesting, because there's always these little like Easter egg things that are kind of, or maybe I should say little seeds that are planted in some of the storylines and the labels and things. And you can tell he definitely has a plan on where things are going. And there can be hints and such to future releases and things. And so that makes it interesting if you're one of those people, like whenever I was growing up, there was a book or like this little thing that would come out and it was like, Where's Waldo? And there was this huge picture with all kinds of crazy stuff going on. And the whole point was to try to spot Waldo. And when you see the guy or the little character, you know, off to the side, or just, you know, with no background, you would think like, man, I can spot that guy, no problem. He's got a weird little costume or outfit on. But with all the mix, it's a challenge to find him. So anyway, back to the 3-part / 4-part saga. It all starts with High Jump 47, and then it transitions into Strange Island and our tongue twister, Agartha. And so I'm not going to talk too much about that, but if you're interested in the storyline or where it goes, go to the High Jump 47 part, and that's where it will all begin. Now I'm going to start with pass number 2 across the grain. One of the things I will say is Douglas keeps us entertained. He creates some awesome scents. And when you talk about scents, if you try enough of them, just scents in general, you're bound to come across some that you won't like. And that's just part of it. But the fact that I often wonder, my eyes, I feel like there's stuff in my eyes, like whatever you want to call it. You know how some people say, oh, you got some sleep in your eye or whatever. I feel like there's like something in there. Allergies. Anyway, I don't know how he has enough time in the day to do all of these things that he's constantly doing and working on. I guess if it's your job, you make time for it, but throughout the forums, creating soap and labels and all that stuff and answering emails and text messages, I'm just a wee little guy when it comes to the shave community and things, and sometimes I feel overwhelmed with things, and I can't imagine at such a greater level how you could multitask all those things. All right, let me get cleaned up with some cold water, and I will be right back. The shave went well, no problems. Mowing all that down. I've got the matching splash here. I'm going to give it a little shake, and I'm going to put a picture right here of everything I used. I haven't done the photo. Usually I do the photos before the shave. I got a little sidetracked. Anyway, as far as the scent goes, I feel like this is going to be a little bit of a sleeper scent. And what I mean by that is in the kind of hot rod world, if you have ever heard of a sleeper car, it's one of those cars that is one of those really fast cars that when you pull up at the red light or the stop sign, you just think, oh, you know, it's a normal looking car. You don't hear any kind of crazy exhaust or no rumbling. It just appears like it's a stock car, whether it's an old car or a new car. And when you decide to challenge them or they take off, you realize really quickly that this car is not just a regular car, but it's a muscle car, supercar, and it just takes off and leaves you behind. I feel like that is what this scent is. A lot of people are probably going to overlook it. It's a very nice scent. It's not overwhelming, and the dry down is nice for me, and I feel like it will get a lot of compliments. My wife does like it, so for guys that are watching, if you're worried about your wife, maybe that'll help you out. Anyway, that's going to be the shave for the day. I will see you guys on the next shave video. You have a great rest of your week.